My name is Mnikelo Qubu.
My name is Klapper.
So my name is Alet Pretorius.
My name is Aibee Abidoye.
My name is Banzii, Mavuso.
So working during the pandemic was a bit crazy for me because just before that, I had just finished like a 6-month stint as like a performer. I also run my own band. I'm the frontman of my own band. So we were also playing here and there. So it was like performance heavy. And then, pwah!
Normally when we go out as a photojournalist, we sort of assess the risk to yourself and you assess whether you're going to do the story or what level of risk you're willing to take. What made this working in this pandemic so difficult was that choice, that risk assessment that you did, it didn't only affect yourself, it affected your family, your community.
It's a lot. A lot of people are saying that they don't have the funds, they don't have this, and sometimes it causes you to go into a state of desolation. I literally had I can't even count, like over 100 rejections.
No one tells you how to prepare for that,
Yep.
especially on this scale of no's. In COVID, the scale of no's is like never ending.
Most of our artists aren't able to gig, and that's really removed sometimes up to 90% of their incomes. There's not real clarity in terms of what the next frontier looks like. And there's been a lot of breakdown in relationship in terms of partnering with corporates or brands, because brands themselves have also found themselves in a position where they weren't sure what's the next move.
I think what's also been very interesting is that we're seeing a lot more collaborations, even with our music. People are just open. Even now that people are able to travel, we're setting up, recording sessions and things like that with different types of artists that ordinarily probably never would have been able to do that just because of the hustle and bustle of the day-to-day life that they were dealing with.
I'd also actually had COVID. I didn't fall very ill, just a little bit tired here and there. But afterwards, I was affected by long COVID and I couldn't breathe that well for like about 2 months, which was hectic because I'm a vocalist. It's my money, my voice. And so having this vaccine is security against potentially getting it again, potentially having to stop singing for another 2 months.
So we manage Femi Kuti. For someone like him who's a high touring artist, that meant that he couldn't go on tour. Because I imagine for most artists, it's part of who they are. Performing and, sort of having that connection with their fans is really important to what they do. And the vaccine allows him to do that.
Even though you're pursuing, an income, you don't do it at the risk of your health and well-being.
It was very emotional, and I actually decided on the day that we could go that I'm just going to stand in a queue no matter how long I wait. And I ended up waiting about 4 hours, which for a journalist and a really impatient person was really, really difficult.
It's kind of scary, but I'm like, okay, cool, just do it and get it over with,
Can you walk me through the scary part? Like, what do you feel is the scary part?
I'm kind of scared of needles, which is ironic, right? Because I actually have a nose ring.
The first day was like super chilled, smooth sailing. I was a little bit feverish for like 2 days, but now I feel super fine. And now I feel like I just like tossed my mask. Like, I don't even need that guy anymore.
Well, you do, but like...
I know.
All in all, I think the most important thing for me personally and our team has been having the option to access it. Because that really allowed people to operate at least less from a space of fear.
It's not just about us. This whole virus this pandemic is not a single person thing. And by making a decision against the only potential solution that we've come up with so far, which is the vaccine, I think it's very selfish. So I might play a little bit on their guilt and throw that one in there.
We may be as woke as we want to be, but don't be so woke that you put your life in danger. Prevention really is better than cure, you know what I mean? And if we have something that can help us, then do it.
You know, at the end of the day, it's really just about valuing life. What we're seeing is people saying that one life is more valuable than the other.
The loss of life, man, has been really shocking around the last year and a half. It's not a guarantee that this is now what's going to save everyone's life, but I feel like it just brings us that little closer to going, let's not lose lives wastefully.